Hey everyone, welcome back. Kathleen here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what I do to soften the fine lines, especially around my mouth and my forehead area, and to improve the texture of my skin with using a micro needling device. And stay tuned, because at the end I'm going to share with you how I use the same device at the same time to stimulate growth in my scalp. So going in there and just using a micro needling device to wake up the skin on my face and wake up my scalp a little bit so that the hair and the skin looks healthier. So when I started noticing the fine lines around my mouth, my forehead area, the 11s here, just the overall texture of my skin, and I kept trying to cover up things with makeup, and what I found was that was just making it worse. So I really did a deep dive and researched microneedling and different procedures that you could do to your skin to improve it. So my biggest thing is I just wanted to look healthier looking, right? I know the fine lines and the wrinkles, that's part of being at my age. Like, that was not something that I was like delusional about, but I did want to look healthy for my age. I didn't want to look like I was 20, that's for sure. So when I started to do some research, with a deep dive into microneedling devices, and I first went to a dermatologist and had it done, but that was so expensive. I'm telling you, it was like, I went there and what I thought was the worst part of my face was around my mouth and my jowl area. And for just this area here alone, it was like $1,500. And they were telling me I needed 4 sessions. And I was like, that is so expensive. So I went for the first session. And after that, I just, like I said, I did a deeper dive into microneedling. And that's when I came across these Dr. Penn devices. And this is my 3rd device from him. And this one here that I'm going to share with you today is what I find is the easiest one to use and the one where I'll be most consistent with it. So I stopped putting more makeup on my skin and I just like started to improve my skin, right, the best I could. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Kathleen and I create content here on YouTube for mature women who like skincare and makeup and hair care that's not too complicated. I like a very natural, effortless look. So if that's you, please consider subscribing. So what this device does is it goes in and it puts tiny little micro tears into the skin, which sounds like painful. So, but on the bottom of this here, there's 140 needles. Okay, and then you stamp it onto the skin and you hold it while it's massaging. You can put either a blue light if you have areas that are very sensitive and you have rosacea and you're trying to improve that. Or if you're looking to produce collagen and elastin is what I typically do, I go in with the red light. So you can see how easy this is. It comes with a USB charger, so you just simply plug it in and it charges that device. It's super lightweight and it's easy. You just replace these cartridges. You just kind of pop them out and you can put a new one in. They come like this, right? So everything is sanitized, everything is clean. So you only use the micro needles once and then you toss them away. Everything about micro needling is really, it's all about sanitary and making sure that your skin is clean and the needles that you're using aren't dull and they're clean. That's probably the most important thing that you should know about it. So if you have sensitive skin, you can go in and use a numbing cream and you simply just wipe that all over your face and then you leave it on there for like 15-20 minutes and then you wipe it off, clean off any residue, and then your skin is numb, and then you can go in there with the device and it's not going to affect you as much. So you can also go in and use a hyaluronic acid when you're taking this and you're putting it onto your skin. I'm going to use this copper peptide from The Ordinary, and what this is going to do is it's going to go in there and it's going to promote healing of the skin. So this is going to produce collagen and elastin with the red light. It's going to improve if you have acne and if you have any rosacea on your face with the blue light. So I work in sections on my face. So I don't go in there willy-nilly and just start stamping all over the place. I go in and I look at my face and think what needs to be improved. And you know, I have texture on my forehead up here. So I concentrate on this area. And then I concentrate a lot around my mouth and my jowl area in through here. So I'll go in, I'll take the copper peptide from The Ordinary. I've done a lot of research on these peptides for your skin, and this one from The Ordinary gets the best reviews out of all of them, and it's the cheapest. So I'll just put a couple drops up there. Go in, I'll rub that in, and this is just going to lubricate the scalp a little bit. What it's going to do is going to allow this to go in there and go deeper into the skin. So this is a 1. I'm going to take, I go all the way up to a 5. Take the red light, go in there, and I hold it there, and you can feel it vibrating, right? So I hold it there, and then it stops, and then I pull it away. Do not drag this. You do not need to drag this on your skin. You stamp it down and you pull it away. Then I'll go over here, and then it stops, and I pull it away. here. And this area here where it's very close to the bone, it's probably the most sensitive area on the entire face is the forehead. So I've used the Dr. Pen plenty of times and I have not run into any problems, but again, I make sure that everything is clean and sanitary. So you get the picture. You work in sections, okay? You just don't go in there and start stamping willy-nilly all over the place. Just kind of keep it organized, work in sections, do the areas that need the most attention. So when I'm done doing the entire face, what I'll do is I'll go back over and I will concentrate on the areas that need a little bit more attention. So I'm gonna finish doing the rest of my face, and I'm gonna show you what my face looks like afterward. And then I'm gonna share with you a little bit about what I do for the next day or so. So I finished doing the entire face. From start to finish, it took me about 15 minutes or so. My face, like, it has like a sunburn and it's a little pink looking. It doesn't hurt at all. It just feels like a sunburn, basically, is what I can tell you. I used the ordinary, the copper peptide. I went in and applied this all over my face. And then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use this from Carum MD. I'm gonna use this product. It's called Enrich, and this is a breathable barrier balm. And what that's gonna do is go in, it's gonna help improve my skin barrier. So for the next 24 to 48 hours, I won't put any actives on my skin. I won't go in there with any vitamin C, no AHAs, no BHAs, and I won't go out into the sun either. Probably end up just wearing a hat with a lot of sunblock tomorrow. So later today, I'll actually use the same needle again, and I'll use this on my scalp. And I'm done taking a shower and shampooing my hair while it's still damp. I'll go in there and I'll take the microneedling device with the scalp serum from Divi, okay? So I'll put some of the scalp serum on, I'll take this device, I'll go over my entire scalp with it. I don't spend a lot of time, I just do like one pass going through. I'll take another section, I'll go through, do another pass. Okay, I'll go to the next one, take the scalp serum, rub that in a little bit and do another pass. And what that's going to do with the red light is going to help stimulate some hair growth on my scalp, and it's going to improve the integrity of my scalp. And what will happen is my hair will end up being healthier and fuller looking. Now, if you have an oily scalp, you can go in there with the blue light, and that will help control some of the oil production on your scalp. If you're suffering from hormonal hair loss, if you know somebody who's balding, like, again, you can use it all over your entire face and then go over your scalp with this device. The thing that I love about this is because I can use this at night when I take a shower, I'm getting ready to go to bed, I can sit there, I can do my entire face while I'm watching TV, and then I can, you know, my hair's still damp, I can go in there and put this on my scalp and do my entire scalp, and then I'm just ready to go to bed. And it's just like one and done. And I like the fact that this has multi-uses, like I can use it on my face and I can use it on my scalp, which is great. I am going to start using, I have not used this yet on my neck. I was too afraid to because I feel like that's such a sensitive area, but I'm going to start using this on my neck because what I'm starting to notice is my face is improving, but my neck isn't improving. So anyway, I'm going to start doing that. I'll start with, you know, like a series of videos. I'm going to try doing it for like 4 months just to see if it does improve my neck at all. The neck is very, very hard to improve the texture on your neck. But anyway, we'll see if it helps anyway. So anyway, let's just kind of go over what we learned about this. So cleanliness is probably your #1 safety thing, right? You want to make sure that your face is clean. You don't want to go in there with this pen and go willy-nilly all over your face, like not paying attention. Stand back, look where you need the most attention, and focus on those areas first. Then go over your entire face, and then go back again and go over those areas that need more attention again. You can either use a hyaluronic serum or you can use this ordinary serum here, this peptide, this copper peptide, and this is going to promote healing. Then you don't want to use any active ingredients for at least 48 hours. You want to stay out of the sun, or at least cover your body from the sun with like sunblock and a hat. And then you also can use this on your clean scalp. After you're done shampooing your hair on a clean scalp, you can go in and use this same device. So yeah, and like that's what I said. This is what I love about it. It has multi-purposes. It covers a lot more real estate because the stamper is a lot bigger. And you have red light therapy, you have blue light therapy, and you have different degrees of intensity with using this. So, and it retails for about $60-some, which is not bad, and it comes with some cartridges. So, oh, and then the cartridges, there's different needle lengths in the cartridges. This happens to be the 1mm, but it starts off at the 0.25 and goes all the way up to a 2mm. Okay, so that's the highest you can go with this. So depending on how deep you want to go would depend on, you know, what size needle you would use. You use these needles once, you can do your face and then do your entire scalp, and then you throw them out. Just make sure your face is clean and sanitized before you go in there with anything on your skin. All right, so anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, and comment below, let me know, have you ever done any type of micro needling or any type of micro stamping, and what was your experience with it?